Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I bring you guys a brand new video today. Today we're going to be ranking all of the mythical Pokemon in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon and just all the generations beyond and before, and it is going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm actually looking forward to this video. If you guys didn't see it, I did a video where I ranked all the starter Pokemon, and I gave you guys a challenge to hit 1,500 likes, and you guys did that. So thank you guys for all the support on the previous video. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out in the description below, and I would love it if you would show some love on this video. 1,000 likes would be awesome. I'm going to lower the bar just a little bit. 1,000 likes would be great. So thank you guys for watching this little mini series here, and a big shout out to HoodlumCallum for kind of coming up with the idea and providing the templates and everything like that. I'll make sure I link his video in the description below if you want to see how he ranked his. I'm going to kind of approach this video in a similar way, in the sense that I'm going to rank them kind of live with you guys and discuss it in this video, and hopefully it'll be relatively organized. I've got Photoshop screen captured here, and you can kind of see my mouse should be here, and we've got all the mythical Pokemon kind of layered out throughout this, but you guys can leave a comment in the comment section below. What is your favorite 3 mythical Pokemon, like your top 3? Because ranking all 21 is going to be very difficult, and we're going to do our best here. You can see there's a lot of mythicals. We're going to do our absolute best and kind of go through them. But we've got things like Melmetal and Darkrai and Zeraora and Victini and Arceus and all these stuff. So it's going to be kind of challenging to rank all of them, but we're going to start one thing at a time. So I'm going to start, and we're going to obviously go 21 and kind of work our way up, and I'm going to try my best. So first things first. Wait, is there a way I can do it without doing all of them? I guess I got to hide them all individually here, and then we'll go from there. I'm not the most adept Photoshopper, but I at least did label everything so I can kind of at least know what everything is. So let's start. I think that I can easily pretty much put little Fion here as being number 21, and I'm sorry to any Fion fans out there. I like Manaphy, but Fion is just gonna kind of take the bottom of the barrel because it's not even good. First of all, like, it's not even a good Pokemon, and it's kind of weird, and I'm just not a fan of it. So I'm gonna put it all the way at the very, very bottom. Now I'm scrolling through these dudes here, and this is gonna be so hard. I'm gonna put Arceus, and this is gonna be an unpopular opinion if there ever was one, but I'm gonna put Arceus as number 20 because even though I think his head's kind of cut off, I don't know what happened there, but even though Arceus is like the god of all the Pokemon, he is not my god, that is for sure. So I'm gonna put him all the way at the bottom because I really don't like him that much, and to be honest, he's kind of lame, and I just feel like, you know, a lot of this ranking is really my experience through competitive Pokemon and Pokemon I've used in the past, like competitively, and I just have never used Arceus ever. And I'm actually gonna put Magearna as number 19 as well because I don't play competitive OU really, and I have had to face Magearna a few times in League Battle, and that thing is broken as heck, and I just don't like it because of how broken it is. It actually is pretty good though, but I'm just not a fan of it, so I'm gonna put that at the bottom barrel there as well because I'm just thinking about all these this is gonna be really hard to rank these, but I just don't really like Magearna that much, and I have to rank them that way. So let's keep it moving here. I'm gonna throw Hoopa in next because Hoopa's cool. It's got the Unbound form and stuff, and like that's kind of neat and all, but Hoopa's Hoopa, and I'm not a big Hoopa fan, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Its typing is kind of trash, and it doesn't really do a whole lot in competitive. Like I said, the Unbound form is kind of cool because it's really powerful, but it is kind of slow, and I don't really like its design. And I have to also preface these rankings by saying I really haven't seen a ton of the Pokemon movies, so maybe by seeing some of the movies, my rankings would change, but nevertheless, we're gonna go with that there. I'm gonna next throw Celebi in the gutter, and I feel like people are probably like, aDrive, how can you do that to our little onion fairy friend? And I'm gonna say, you know what? This thing has the most weaknesses of any Pokemon pretty much ever, and while it does have some viability and some coolness to it when it comes to competitive with the things like Recover and Baton Pass, and, you know, it can set up Stealth Rocks and stuff, it's just, you know, the onion fairy, man, he's just got too many weaknesses to be on my list of cool Pokemon, so I'm gonna put him kind of there at the bottom. And then, you know, I like music and all, and I'm a big fan of music, and this Pokemon is kind of neat because it can do a lot of different things with its relic form, but it's kind of lame at the fact that you have to use a special attack to turn into a physical attacker, and you know, I've never really been a big Meloetta fan myself, so that's gonna kind of get to the bottom barrel of number 16 there, because who needs Meloetta in your life when you can have other things, you know what I mean? Now, this might be a really unpopular opinion, but Keldeo is gonna be number 15 here, and this little pony can sometimes pony up and actually put in some work, but truthfully, I'm not a big fan of it. I drafted it one time. For those who remember, I drafted it one time in GBA Season 5, and I immediately dropped it after the first game, and then I made a bunch of changes to my team, and then I ended up winning the championship after dropping Keldeo. So I just feel like it's good karma to just throw it in the bottom barrel here, throw it towards the bottom of this list, because truthfully, it doesn't need to be anywhere good. It doesn't need to be anywhere good. Now I'm gonna throw Deontay in here. This is kind of tough. I do like Deontay's mega form, and I do like Deontay a little bit. We're starting to get to ones that I actually have some respect for here. Deontay's cool because it's got its unique ability Diamond Storm, which gives it a +2 defense boost, making it really powerful. It's got a pretty good typing, but a massive weakness to steel types. Mega Deontay is obviously really good. It's got great coverage and just massive attack and special attack. I probably would draft it one day, and maybe that would bump it up on the list. But for now, I'm gonna kind of keep it down here because there's a lot of these mythicals I actually like more. I'm gonna throw Darkrai on here next, and it's kind of tricky because, you know, Darkrai is cool, and I feel like Darkrai does have some coolness factor to him, but he got absolutely destroyed with the Dark Void nerf. So now that Dark Void is not very good, it just has lower accuracy, and it can't be sketched with Smeargle, and, you know, Bad Dreams is only kind of good. It's not that good. I'm gonna have to throw Darkrai down and just say, you know what, Darkrai, you're a cool dude and all, but and you got some style. I'm sorry, Patters, but you know, that big Dark Void nerf is just gonna really mess with him quite a bit. Now, we're starting to get into the tough stuff here. I'm gonna throw Marshadow in here. I did see the Marshadow movie, and while it was super weird, spoilers, that Ash talked to Pikachu, or Pikachu talked to Ash in that movie. That was really strange. Marshadow in that movie was just kind of lame, in my opinion. He's a really cool Pokemon in terms of its, like, attacking abilities. Spectral Thief is a cool move. Kind of got his own little signature thing going on there, but I'm not a big fan of Marshadow in general. I'm more of a fan than some of the other stuff, but you know, he kind of sits in the middle, right? He's like right in the middle of the mythical Pokemon that I think are okay, A-okay, you know what I mean? I'm gonna throw Zeraora in there next. I really want to try this Pokemon. It is very unique in the sense that it does have the ability to, first of all, it's incredibly fast. VoltAbsorb is really cool. It's got good attack and special attack stat. I didn't see the newest movie, like I said, so I don't really have too much to base it off of, but it's a really cool design. So I gotta say, I do think it's got a really cool design, and I just feel like it's got some pretty cool attacks. It's got like Grass Knot and things like that. Close combat. It should have been electric and fighting, though. I will say that. It should have been electric and fighting. I feel like that would have made it a little bit better if it was electric and fighting. Now, things are gonna get really tough here. I'm gonna have to throw Deoxys in here, and we've got the regular Deoxys in here. I think Deoxys defense is super cool, man. I really do. I do hope that in Draft League it gets unbanned in future leagues, because in the past it has been available. I think it'd be super fun to use Deoxys in a battle because it's got spikes and recover, and it's a bulky psychic. I really don't think it's broken. I think a lot of teams or a lot of leagues like ban it automatically, but I don't think it's that broken, because when you think of things like Cresselia and things like Necrozma, they're very similar in terms of what they can do, but actually probably pack a more offensive presence. So I think Deoxys is actually a really cool Pokemon, and I would like to see it kind of have it released to be used in the future. So now we're in the top 9, and now things are going to get really tough here in terms of how we're going to rank these. So ooh, this is starting to get tough. I'm going to throw Rachi out here. I'm going to throw Rachi. I do like the little Jirachi here. I did draft it once. It did absolutely nothing for me. Maybe it's because I'm bad, but I love the fact that it has Serene Grace, so it can flinch things with its Iron Head. It's got like Zen Headbutt and Heart Stamp, which is pretty cool. It does get things like Meteor Mash and Moon Blast, so it's got like a really wide array. It's a phenomenal typing. Steel and Psychic is just a great typing. And little Wishmaker homie is pretty cool. I'm expecting this to come out in Pokemon Go pretty soon, which will be kind of nice. So I'm excited for that, because that'll be neat there. I gotta throw a little Shaman here. This is the Shaman Sky form, which I've never really used, but that's another Serene Gracer. But I like the regular Shaman Land form. I think Shaman is just a really cool Pokemon. I love Seed Flare, really powerful special type grass attack that does so much damage and can lower special defense, make it very spammable. I love the substitute Leech Seed sets with Shaman, and I think he's just a cute little hedgehog, right? He just like heals things, and he's just a little happy dude, so I'm a big fan. And I love the fact that you can run Rest and Natural Cure as its ability. You could click Rest and then switch out and then just kind of heal that off and be in pretty good shape there. Now things are gonna get, like I said, really tough here. I'm gonna throw Meltan in the mix. If it lets me, oh, I gotta click this. Okay. I'm gonna throw Meltan in the mix here. Meltan is one of the newer mythical Pokemon, obviously the newest, aside from its evolved form, and I really like this little dude. He's a little nut. Everyone thought he was fake when he first was released, or a lot of people thought he was fake, but I think he looks pretty cool, and I like that his shiny form is just a little blue tail. I've got a lot of them in Pokemon Go, and that's pretty neat, and I just think they're super cute. I think like a lot of times with Pokemon, I come to like them more or appreciate them more if they're shown in a different way, and I feel like the animations Pokemon released for Meltan were really neat in terms of how they kind of put the Pokemon out in this little trailer, and he was like jumping around and collecting all these utensils and, you know, kind of wreaking havoc, and that was actually really cute in my opinion. So I like that about Meltan. I thought that was pretty cool. Next I'm gonna throw, oh boy, now it starts to get, I keep saying it's gonna get harder and harder. I'm gonna throw Melmetal in here. I actually really like Melmetal's design. My biggest hate on it is its name should have been Meltitan, and I've been saying that since day one. Meltitan is a phenomenal name. It's called Melmetal. Still really cool though. It's one of my strongest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, and I have a shiny one, which is actually pretty neat, and I just really like it. I mean, it's a really cool looking Pokemon, and I think it was a really unique Pokemon to kind of introduce and just bring some hype to Pokemon in general, kind of with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So as much as Meltan was a big question mark when it came out on Chikorita Community Day, I really like Melmetal, and I think that that was a really cool idea how they kind of integrated Pokemon Go with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee to encourage players from both fan bases to play both. So I'm definitely all about that. Now, things are gonna get really oof. Okay, so number 5, I'm gonna put Volcano Man here. I call him Volcano Man or Vesuvius. That is Volcanion. I just recently used this in the APA Draft League, and I gotta tell you guys, it is phenomenal. 1,000,000% would draft it again. The fact that you could just run choice specs and click Steam Eruption is just phenomenal. What an incredible kind of signature move. A lot of these mythical Pokemon have a signature move, and Steam Eruption is really, really good. And I'll be honest, I didn't really like Volcanion that much, but now I really do, because water and fire is such a cool typing, and the fact that it's got VoltAbsorb and it's got great coverage move and just a massive special attack, and I just love those Pokemon that are like pretty tanky, that can tank hits and then just deal a ton of damage back, and Volcanion really kind of fits the bill there. So now we're kind of closing into the final 4 here, and I got to make some tough decisions. I'm gonna, let me look at these over here. Okay, so I know what my number 1 is, I know what my number 2 is, and I think my number 3 is gonna be that. So I'm gonna throw this guy in there as number 4, which is gonna be Mew. Where's Mew? Oh, there's Mew. Mew's kind of all distorted in the back there. There is Mew, and Mew is OG for my GBA Season 4 team. It is phenomenal in the fact that it can pretty much learn every move that's a TM or, you know, move tutor or whatever, and that makes it very, very unique in the sense that it can do all that. It is a tremendously good defensive Pokemon, and in Draft League it's one of the best Pokemon just because it can do so many different things. It can fill so many different roles, and it's a really cute Pokemon. It's also one of the OGs, so I gotta respect that, the kind of the first mythical Pokemon, which I definitely appreciate. Now we're gonna move to the next one here, and I'm gonna easily throw Manaphy as the number 3 spot. Manaphy, of course, I had it in a previous Draft League season, and again, I told you guys a lot of my ranking is going to be due to just my experience with this Pokemon in competitive and just like the design and stuff. And I just love Manaphy. I did see the Prince of the Sea movie though. I did see that. It's pretty cute, but I just love Tail Glow, man. Tail Glow is just such a game-changing move, and this fact that you could boost your special attack to just astronomical heights. I love the fact that you can run Z Rain Dance with this thing to boost its speed, and then Tail Glow, and then nothing just can do anything about it. I had many sweeps of Manaphy in the day, and I actually won MVP with Manaphy in a Draft League before, so I gotta say, I gotta show some love to Manaphy because it's just such a good Pokemon, and as much as Fione is the bottom of the list, that's only because I love Manaphy so much more than Fione, so sorry little Fione, but Manaphy is just really cool. And again, you can't understate the fact that Manaphy can do other things too. It can have U-turn, it can be like kind of an Assault Vest seg, it's knockoff, it can be physically offensive. There's a lot of things that it can do. It can also Calm Mind and stuff like that. So I definitely like Manaphy. And now the final 2, it's pretty straightforward. I think a lot of people could have guessed at least my number 1, but number 2 is gonna be Genesect. And I gotta tell you guys, this has been the biggest struggle for me. As my name is aDrive and bug types are my thing, Genesect would be the perfect mascot for me because it uses different drives to get the Techno Blast, and it's a bug type Pokemon. So why aDrive is my mascot not Genesect after all these years? Mothim, Vikavolt, I've had many mascots of bug type Pokemon. Why is Genesect not my mascot? I don't know, but I've never used Genesect in battle. I've like never used it, but it's got an incredible design, and I just feel like it should be my mascot. Leave a like if you think Genesect should be my mascot, because again, it just makes so much sense. aDrive, he uses drives, he's a bug type Pokemon. What am I gonna do? But this thing's a monster, dude. Like I said, I've never really used it, but its coverage is insane. Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Techno Blast to cover all the different drives. It's got just incredible like offensive prowess with U-turn, Iron Head. It could just do so many things, and it's just so difficult to deal with. A little on the slow side. I think it's like 99 speed or something like that, and it only has the one weakness, but it's definitely a really good Pokemon. And there's no surprise here, baby. We click in V-Create all day, every day. Victini is my number 1, absolutely indisputable. I almost went with this countdown backwards because I knew Victini was gonna be my number 1 from day 1. I love this Pokemon. Of all the draft leagues I've ever done, Victini is the number 1 kill leader on my team. I've drafted it and used it in more battles than any other Pokemon. in my history of Draft League battles. I think its design is incredible. I think its wall breaking potential is just devastating with the fact that it can click V-Create and just destroy souls. I love the fact that it gets Bolt Strike and it can run U-Turn. And obviously in competitive, there's a Normalium Z set with stored power. My only hate on Victini is it doesn't get Calm Mind. That's really annoying. It would be so good with Calm Mind, but I've done so many things with Victini, man. I've run Weakness Policy Trick Room with V-Create because it lowers your speed. I've done so many things with it. I love Victini. I love its Victory Star ability, which boosts the accuracy of its allies and itself. So you can kind of run things like Focus Blast at a higher accuracy. You can run things like Glaciate and everything, pretty much everything that's just going to get boosted accuracy, which is really cool. And not only does it have V-Create, don't forget that it gets like 2 other signature moves. It basically gets Blue Flare, which is a really powerful special fire type attack, and then it gets Searing Shot, which is basically like almost like Scald, but a fire type move. A little weaker than Blue Flare, but it has the higher chance for the burn. So pretty cool stuff there. Easy peasy putting Victini on the top. And I gotta say, now that I've gone through the list, I don't think it was as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I feel pretty good about this list looking back. If I had to make any changes, I think maybe I'd shift Celebi up a little bit. I think I appreciate Celebi just a little bit more. Otherwise, but it wouldn't go up much more. Maybe it would go up like 2 spots, like you know what I mean, like, and everything else would just move down a little bit. Otherwise, I feel pretty good about this list. I feel like this pretty much accurately represents how I feel about the mythical Pokemon, and I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and again, you can check out Callum's video in the description below. It was kind of his idea to do this, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.